I am almost in my third trimester, and recently I've been reflecting and journaling on my birth wishes. And I wanted to share that with you today in case you're pregnant too and are looking for some inspiration, maybe. By the way, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and click the bell button below so you don't miss any of my pelvic health tips to prepare for an empowering birth experience. So I came up with a list of 10 birth wishes, and I'm not calling it a birth plan per se, because I'd like to keep it flexible and just remain open to different options along the way. So to me, birth wishes seem like a more appropriate way of saying it. So it's more like trying to manifest what I want rather than saying, this is the plan and this is how it should be working. Make sense? So my first birth wish is feeling supported. This is truly my number one priority for my birth. If I feel safe and I have trusted people around me, half of the battle is won, in my opinion. So that's why I want my partner and my doula to be present with me throughout the whole process. Birth wish number 2 is labor at home for as long as possible. So my home is the place where I feel the safest and the most relaxed and comfortable. So that's why I would like to labor here as long as I can, if of course it's possible on the medical side. Birth wish number 3 is having a calm environment. I am a hypersensitive person and I pick up every little stimulus in my environment. That means I'm super sensitive to noise, intense lighting, smells, touch, people's energy or people talking too much, all of it. So knowing that about myself, I would like to minimize for as much as possible all the stimuli in my environment. And so I'm thinking of bringing, my own lamps from home at the hospital for a warmer lighting and dim lighting. I also want to bring earplugs to make sure that I don't hear other women laboring when I don't want to, or even music with headphones. I want to bring essential oils, maybe on a piece of fabric, because I know diffusers are not allowed in our hospital, just to cover the smells if the smells are bugging me. So, like really trying to control as much as possible my environment. I would like to have as few people in the room as possible, again, depending on how everything is going on the medical side. But yeah, just trying to really minimize the stimulus in the environment so I can stay calm myself. Birth wish number 4 is avoid medical induction. So I know medical induction can be necessary in some cases, but I'd like to avoid it as much as possible to reduce the possible risk of multiple medical interventions after it, as well as the constant monitoring that goes along with induction. So I'm planning on trying natural ways to induce labor as of 39 weeks, like acupuncture, nipple stimulation, hand expressing, and pumping. So birth wish number 5 is labor in water. I've heard such great stories from my clients about the wonders of laboring in water and how it can help at managing labor pain without medication. And honestly, I'm a water girl myself, and it just seems like something that would suit me well. So I'd love to use my bath here at home and possibly the birth pool, if that is available at the hospital, to do most of my labor in water. Birth wish number 6 is minimal cervical checks. I really think it can throw women's energy off when they get their cervix checked too often for no specific reasons. I know that for myself, it would really disrupt my flow and my spirit to have someone getting in there every so often, especially if it's not in the goal of, using that information to make a specific decision about something. So unless it's absolutely necessary, I would prefer to have as few cervical checks as possible. Birth wish number 7, no coach pushing. I have learned through my education as a pelvic health physiotherapist that coach pushing can lead to more pelvic floor damage because it takes women away from listening to their body during the pushing stage. And they often will start pushing too early before even feeling the urge to push because someone else is telling them that they should start pushing because they're fully dilated or whatever. But the baby really needs to get down to the pelvic floor, and women need to wait for that urge to push before they start pushing. Otherwise, they'll just push for nothing, and then that can lead to more pelvic floor injuries, right? Knowing how to push your baby in a way that will prevent future pelvic floor issues is so important. And if you want to learn more about how to best prepare your pelvic floor for an injury-free birth, you can sign up for my free prenatal masterclass in the description below. So anyway, the way I see my pushing stage is that I'll go really with my body sensations and intuition. And unless I feel like I need more guidance, for example, I don't know, if I have an epidural and I feel zero connected with my pushing and when to push, then I might need some more instructions, but otherwise I would really like to manage that part on my own. Birth wish number 8, nurse baby right away. So I'm reading a lot about breastfeeding these days, and one of the things that is very emphasized to stimulate milk production and also improve your chances of success in general with breastfeeding is to do skin to skin with your baby as soon as they're out. So unless there is any medical issue that needs to be addressed in an urgent manner, I would really want my baby to be put on my chest right away and try to latch. Birth wish number 9 is use epidural and other pain medication as needed. Of course, I would love to give birth in the most natural way if possible, but if I cannot manage the pain on my own anymore, I'm really open to pain management options like medication or epidural. I don't want to look back at my birth experience as something traumatizing, and I don't want to resent my child for the pain I've been through. So to me, having a positive birth experience really kind of is first versus like holding on to that natural birth experience. So I'm really staying open about that part. And the last one, birth wish number 10, is to get breastfeeding support as needed. Whether it is from the nurses at the hospital, my doula, or lactation consultants, I really want to do everything I can to start my breastfeeding journey on the right foot and provide a positive experience both for myself and my baby. So I won't hesitate to ask for more assistance as needed, and I actually made already a list of the different resources in my community if I need it. And I even have lactation consultants from out of province if I need to do online consultations as well. So I think that will remove a lot of the stress around that, knowing, okay, here are my resources, here are the people I can call. There we go, these are my 10 birth wishes. So it'll be super interesting to look back on that list after birth and see how it all went. What are your birth wishes? Feel free to share them in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Thanks for watching.